What up, world? Baldhead's podcast. We are in full motherfucking effect. Got two of the funniest goddamn comedians from around the country. Well, both of them born and raised in the Chi. My man Big Kenny from Chicago, living in the A like me. Give him, let them know what you got going on, Big Kenny. Where you from? And how they can reach you?
What's up, man? It's your boy Big Kenny, the B.I.G. to the day I.D.I.E. I'm right here in Atlanta now. You can catch me on social media at the Big Kenny. That's the B-I-G-K-E-N-N-E-Y. Search the hashtag Poppy Guapo. Search the hashtag The Yes God. You'll find me there. This weekend, I'm at Oak Comedy Lounge here in Atlanta, downtown, Friday and Saturday, bro. And I just want to say at the top of the show, you said you had two of the funniest niggas in the game on, but JD on with us too.
JD, you gonna take that bullshit, man? You got
that. He got me before we started.
Yeah, he did. He shot.
I didn't know I was on. I didn't know. I thought I was waiting for my live intro, but I guess
let me give you your intro. Let me give you, and also from Chicago, been in the game for a long time. One of my closest friends, crazy than a motherfucker. The one and only J motherfucking Deep.
And crazy on some popping crazy pills, get the check, got the white jacket with the buckles in the back, shit crazy.
This is true. And I'm happy to be that way, Kenny. Kenny always trying to add some shit. Hey, so y'all already know BET's Comic View, HBO's Bad Boys of Comedy, the movies Barbershop 1 and 2. But I also did my hour special, Ain't Shit Shy About the Shy. Y'all could definitely go to my Instagram and check that out in my bio. My Instagram is at JDeep is hilarious. JYDEEP is hilarious. At JDeep is hilarious. Click on the bio and then you'll see the link where you'll get to see my hour special, Ain't Shit Shy About the Shy.
Yeah. Hey man, I keep doing podcasts and it's like keep going. One of the main topics is what the fuck is going on with all this drama. We got drama every fucking where. But JD, I know you had told me earlier you got a topic. Go hit us with those topics so we can get started. And I hit y'all with mine last.
You mean Big Kenny? Because I sent you mine and I forgot them.
Well, I do have something I wanted to ask.
And Baldhead, I don't appreciate that. Like, I'm pissed off shit. You know, that look that you gave me, like, oh, this nigga. No, dude. Like, we boys, and I understand you in Atlanta or whatever. Excuse me, Kenny. Excuse me for 1 minute. But I understand you in Atlanta and you and Kenny done got close because we all from Chicago or whatever. But nigga, like, this me. Okay? This me. Like
that's why I can get pissed off.
No, nigga,
the nigga looked at you kind of like you let him down. He looked at you like you were disappointed.
I'm like, damn, I forgot the topics. Why don't you look at the topics that I sent your ass? But then,
I have it right here. But
thank you, sir. You could have gave me an alley-oop, sir. That's what I'm saying.
Ever since you got that motherfucking new haircut, man, you been acting real motherfucking funny.
Man,
see,
I'm done.
Now, I ain't gonna say it's a light privilege thing. I'm just saying.
See, we beyond that. We shall overcome together. We beyond that, Kenny. Don't bring that back into
Black Lives Matter.
Right. Don't bring that into the movement.
You're right,
bro. Some of the most light-skinned dudes were some of the most militant dudes.
Yeah, they was.
Huey P. Newton. Come on, man. Malcolm X. Come on, don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, y'all always. It is always the light-skinned dudes willing to shoot the cops. You know what I'm saying?
That's all I'm saying.
Tonight.
Don't do that.
What are you saying, Big Kenny? Then I will tell JD what his topics are, so we can.
Okay. Well, for me, one of the topics I want to discuss, bro, is right now we see, as you say, this chaos all over the country. Everybody's talking about if you're not standing with us, you standing against us. I'm a little bit conflicted about having people that ain't really for the cause in the collective. You know what I'm saying? I want to be marching next to somebody that want to be there. You feel me? I don't need nobody trying to just get a vote for right now or make sure I keep supporting they shampoo, you know, because everybody's coming out with a we stand with the black man and everything that has been about this, and we feel, but do you really feel that way? You know what I'm saying? Now, I understand, give us our due, let us know that you respect and appreciate the struggle. But to actually, the other day with the Kente clause, the senators and all of that came out with the Kente clause on kneeling with the whole black power. To me, that's insulting, bro. I got something yesterday. It was voting here in Georgia. And they sent me something from the Black Men's Voting Coalition. The message started out, hey, yo, what's good?
Damn.
Oh, wow.
This is DeMars. And then the same number sent me one that said, hey, yo, what's good? This is T. Andra. So they're using what they think are ethnic names with this mass text message campaign with, hey, yo, what's good, bro? Is that what my vote means to you? Is that who I am as a black voter? Hey, yo, what's good? And that's what I'm saying. You'll tell me that you support me and you want me on your side and all that, but you still see me the same way they do, bro.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
Kenny, let me interject, because that's an interesting thing that you just said. To me, from my blackness, from my point of view, from my standpoint, I believe that this time it's not going to be just, oh, you standing with us and we appreciate that.
Right.
I don't think we're that gullible now. I was proud of Michael Jordan for putting up $100 million, because people have been shitting on him for years, and how he doesn't support black causes and things of that nature. But you don't know what that man do behind closed doors. I don't know, because I don't know him personally. You don't know how many motherfuckers he done paid to get through college or whatever. The shift now should be, if you gonna stand with us, show us that financially.
Okay.
Period. Point blank. Show us that.
Support with your dollars.
That's all. I don't want to hear any more talk about it. I don't want to. Colgate, Tide, the airlines, whoever is trying to stand with us, show us that with your dollars.
Hit us with a check.
Show us that with your dollars to have after school programs, to have better educational facilities, to have things for the youth to do, to have better education on discrimination policy.
Give us what the fuck y'all got.
Well, see, and that's the thing, brother.
No. Let us get it. Give us the money.
Yeah.
Right. The I can't breathe signs aren't moving the needle for
Ray
me.
Grady just chimed in. He said, "What's up, fellas? Tell them Angos just to give us our 450 years back pay."
That's all I'm saying.
Have y'all seen Robert Johnson?
Grady.
Have you seen Robert Johnson's plan for reparations? $493 trillion.
Yeah.
Say that the average African American will get roughly about $350,000, but it's based on where you are now in the United States. If you're a homeowner, if you got some savings, if you done got a little education, you get less money.
Right.
I think it's interesting you brought up Michael Jordan. One of the things that I thought was so powerful
and Kanye. I'm sorry, I don't want to leave anybody out.
And Kanye.
Yeah,
but because Mike has been silent for so long, when he decided to speak up, everybody was like, "Oh, shit must be super bad." Now,
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because Mike then came, he done came off the golf course.
I think what it was, I mean, I think what it was, Jordan at first, when I remember on his thing, and he said it a long time ago, he's like, "I'm a basketball player. I don't got nothing to do with that political shit. I don't got nothing to do with it." At the same time, JD, I understand what he said, but with him being who he is, it's like when you get in this business, and I feel like this, because I feel like when Barkley said a long time ago, "I'm not no role model. Your parents should be your role model."
That's different, though, B.
But no. I understand what you're saying, but what I'm saying is, this Michael Jordan, and everybody feel like if that motherfucker say something about move, a lot of motherfuckers will move. If a motherfucker make an example to make an example, but he never felt that. You know, you as a comedian, as a man, as a father, you might not feel something is your responsibility. Not saying about the black thing, but it's some things you might be like, "Man, I ain't got nothing to do with that shit."
But B, I hear what you're saying, B, and I respect that. But I'm saying there comes a time when the Bible says a man gifts makes room for him and put him before a great many men. But when you in front of that great many men, you have to have responsibility on who you are as a person and who you speaking for. No, you don't want to be the black man or the black woman that speaks for black people. No, but at the same time, you have to speak out on injustice.
But look what happened. Look what happened to the last person. Look what happened to the last athlete. Look what happened to the last athlete that took a big motherfucking stand and a kneel.
And he in history forever. So I'm sorry.
Well, let me ask
I'm gonna
you
be quiet.
When we talk about your platform and your responsibility to speak out. Now, I do the Sports Jock Show, sports and entertainment radio show. You can catch it on iHeartRadio, 8 to 10 a.m. every day here in Atlanta, AM 1100 if you're in the Atlanta area. But we had a chance to interview Michael Jordan's high school basketball coach from North Carolina. One of the co-hosts of the show is from North Carolina, knows him personally. He called us and said, since he got drafted, Mike has been pumping hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars into that school, sending them kids to college.
Thank you.
Now, I'm saying a lot of people go, he ain't doing nothing for us, but he's doing
earlier.
more for us than some of us are doing for ourselves.
I said that earlier, Kenny.
And I was going to ask, why do we, as Black entertainers, as Black people who have a platform, why is it that people demand that we take a stand? We can't just work behind the scenes. We can't be on some, I'm gonna give them my money. But if I'm the engine, I've got to be able to generate that money. Colin Kaepernick could have done a lot with the money he earned in the NFL, funneling it to the system, the same way the Richard Shermans have, the same way the Malcolm Jenkins have. They keep playing and they take their money and support Black causes. Colin's worried about where his next check coming from now because he felt the need to be on the front line.
Well, that's not true, Kenny, because
you see how that turned out.
Nike never dropped Colin. Let's be clear on that. So
and those checks, sir.
Yeah, he's never been dropped. What I'm saying is, no one should have to pressure you to do what you feel is right. Nobody should have to pressure. It comes to a point on like you said, is it that check or and again I hate to keep going back to like scripture, but what does it profit a man to gain the world and lose his soul? You know what I'm saying? So it's not that I'm trying to say, oh, you have to be upright and da 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 da. No, like B said, Barkley said, I'm not anybody's role model. That is true. I'm not trying to be nobody's role model or anything like that. But when the shit hit the fan, you supposed to stand up with your brothers and sisters. Period. Point blank. And yes, let me finish my point, Kenny. Yes, my job is to make people laugh. Films, television, on stage. That's my job, is to make people laugh. But it is also my job to inform. As a comedian, we make light of shit that's not funny.
True.
That's not supposed to be funny. One of the funniest jokes that people come up to me and tell me about that I say is, and B, you heard me do it the first time, is about my friend who invited me to his daughter quinceañera, my Mexican friend. And he's like, hey, do you guys have anything like that for young Black girls 14 to 16 going into womanhood? I'm like, yeah, we don't have no fancy name for it. We just call it a baby shower. Now you could laugh or you could not laugh at that joke, but you can't say I'm lying.
No.
So I shine the light on teenage pregnancy in the Black community. That's what we do.
So and that's a reality.
That's all I'm saying. So
that's one of my problems, which leads me to ask you my next question is, you mentioned standing with your people, but if you feel in your heart, now, Baldhead, preface what he said with fathers, we're men first. We're men, strong, independent forward-thinking leaders, what if you feel in your heart that your people on some bullshit right now in different areas? Do we still stand with them when we on the bullshit? How close do we get to supporting that? Because now and this is something that hits us all close to home because it happened at home. In the last day, read a report, 24 hours, 18 people murdered, not shot, not wounded.
So there's 24 now.
24 people murdered, meaning life has ceased in 24 one murder per hour in Chicago, nigga. We ain't got no march. We can't get one sign say, nigga, stop shooting on the south side. Let's start where we are and try and move forward.
Kenny, I definitely again I respect where you coming from, but I am a person because my dad was Muslim. I'm a person that does not believe everything that the media puts out there. Okay. Especially in these times. Everybody is trying to push shit out to get your mind on other things and to deter you from the mission.
So stay woke.
Stay woke and stay focused, right? So I was in a new, and B, you remember this, I was on the front page of the Chicago Sun-Times.
Yeah.
The front page, like I was a mass murderer or serial killer or whatever, anything that's horribly negative. I was on the front page of Chicago Sun-Times for saying bitch in my act. Now this was right after Imus said called the
nappy head hole.
Yes, nappy head hole. Right, and I the joke went like this. I'm not leaving nothing out. B, co-sign with me if you remember. Yeah. This is when MySpace was huge, and I said the coolest thing is you could pick your friends, and you allowed to go view their page before you accept them. So this girl sent me a friend request. I went to her page and I was like, oh, she's cute. Let me accept. And then I scrolled down and it was like, rest in peace, Man. Rest in peace, Junebug. Rest in peace, Nene. I said, ooh, all your friends is dead. Bitch, request denied. Boom.
Yep.
Ah, everybody laughs. The next day, I'm on the fucking front page because I was doing a show, campaign, which was all over the city. B, you seen it? I'm on buses, everything, and it was to stop the violence against women and young girls, which is what I truly believe in because I got 3 sisters, raised by my mom when my dad was killed. So this is a cause that I believed in, and then I'm shitted on for taking that. They took that out of context and put me on the page.
One woman did that. JD really was the first motherfucker they tried to cancel before they started calling me canceling. One woman went and went crazy about it. All I know is I woke up and I used to get the paper. Look, well, I used to get the paper. I stole my neighbor's paper and I'm opening that motherfucker. I
on the front page.
Get up, nigga. Up. What the fuck?
Keep talking, B.
I said, what the fuck did you do? Do you know you is on the front page? They saying you be beating women. You an advocate for slapping bitches, nigga. What?
And you a domestic violence?
Oh.
Yeah, he had. He got that motherfucker. There you go, right there. Man, that shit was so.
Nigga, wait
the
now.
Front page.
When you said front page, I'm thinking maybe they got you in the corner.
No,
he was another headline. They gave you the entire front page.
But read under there. Read this under here.
See video, sex video leads South Suburban principal to quit.
Now you think me saying bitch is more important than the principal running through the students?
And filming it now. Filming it. That's another added level.
So this is what I'm talking about, the media.
Unfortunately, unfortunately, that is part of the problem, is that we have grown to be distrustful of people giving us information because media has gone to, remember when media used to be unbiased, you had to be impartial,
of course,
non-judgmental. Then Geraldo came along. He was the first journalist I ever heard say, in my opinion, or what I think. I had never heard that from a journalist until I saw Geraldo Rivera. And then it moved into more subjective, more opinionated content. And so now, because we are in media for profit, they have advertisers, so they do what they need to do to get the story out, to get those advertising dollars. But in a lot of fabrication, there is a degree of truth. So I don't know how many people were murdered in Chicago, but in these times, I would love for us as a people to leave that to them, whoever you see them as. We not killing each other no more. I'd love it to get to a point where if a black man died, everybody be like, nigga ain't killed a nigga since 2020. It's 2026. You know what I'm saying? This is the first black man to die at the hands of another black man in almost a decade. And so then it would be even more blatant and obvious that there is a war against us, because right now it just makes us seem like we warriors and warriors. You see what I'm saying?
How we gonna get to that point? Because you gotta, let me tell you what it is. You got a bunch of different factors with these young dudes. A lot of these young dudes is emotional as hell. One reason, a lot of their daddies wasn't around.
They overly emotional. They overly emotional, and they have female sensibilities because their fathers weren't around.
And a lot of
women overreact like women overreact.
I blame, and I don't care how much backlash I get from it. I blame a lot of women because a lot of women was on that. I don't need no motherfucking man to raise my kid. Oh, now you see why you needed a motherfucking man.
Well, in some cases, but you have to go. You have to go deeper than that, B. You have to go back to the whole projects here in Chicago. And Kenny, co-sign if you believe this. The projects in Chicago was just that. It was a project, a government project to see if we give these lower income people, it wasn't just black people, it was lower income people, a safe place to live, and faculties, and because I don't know if y'all remember, Cabrini Green used to have a drill team, cheerleading team, a marching band, all of these like major shit.
Every year at the Bud Billiken parade, they were there.
So with us giving you these opportunities, since you say that you are lower income, then the black man could not live in these facilities.
Right.
And that's what happened, B. When you systematically degrade the black man, saying you are not man enough because you can't provide for your family, then you don't need to be in this equation, right?
And you gonna fuck their money up if you do.
Right, and you gonna not their money. They can't live in the place at all. Mm-hmm. But they never tackled the reason that the black man cannot provide is because of systematic racism. Because he can't get a job because he's black. He can't get a job because he did 2 or 3 years in jail, and now he has to write felon on all of the applications that he signs. He can't get a job because he's poorly educated. Everything that you have done, you have fouled the fucking game against us. So on top of that, by us giving you this imaginary boost, if you will, we giving you this imaginary leg up, which ain't really a leg up. We really telling you we want to divide the black family because we know that the black family is strong. Imagine if they would have did the same thing with Baptist churches. But if you go to Baptist churches, you can't come with your children. Only black women can come. You can't come with your children. I'm sorry.
And I understand, Jay, but now For me.
Let me read this right quick because I try to read some of the comments. Lady Red Lady Red said PTSD and ADHD meds don't help. These kids on these meds for years, and when they get older, they don't take the meds. And we all know whatever we don't take meds for a long period of time. Some are having withdrawals, and these mood swings and all this anger issues stem from those meds. She ain't lying, because
I've always asked parents to resist allowing these people to put your kids on meds. Put them in an advanced placement class.
They tried to put me.
You're not challenging them enough.
Motherfucking Ritalin when I was a shorty, and the reason was my great grandmother. I still hate getting up this day, like waking up early. She would give me some coffee. I'm like in the second or third grade, so I'm off some coffee. I'm all over the motherfucking place. And when they told my mama that, my mom was like, "I'm not giving him no. Y'all not putting that shit in my son. My grandma gonna just have to stop giving that motherfucker coffee." My grandmother never did, but at the same time, when I started realizing and getting older, what was wrong with a lot of other kids, the government was, and now I'm 50 years old, so you think about they've been trying to put that shit in motherfuckers. That plan had been for a long time to fuck motherfuckers up. So Lady Red, right, and we already know some motherfucker that's, man, this nigga crazy.
And now I'm saying both of what you have said is true. Now, it's our job to make sure that we know what's going on with our kids and don't let people medicate them if they don't genuinely need medication. If something is wrong with them, we need to cut the bullshit and know that things like depression and anxiety are real and go get a nigga some help if he genuinely needs some help.
I'm glad you said that.
And let me say this real quick, Jay. When it comes to removing the black man from the home and when he can't get jobs because he got felonies and poor education, I know my daddy, I know my granddaddy, I know my great-granddaddy. I'm talking about raised by these men. They were never away from me. My parents divorced, but they co-parented before there was ever such a thing. I was raised by my daddy. I never wondered where he was or who he was.
But you one of the lucky ones, Kenny.
I know. I'm educated. I've had a lot of benefits in my life, and I still got a felony, nigga. Didn't have to have.
But you one of the lucky ones, though, Kenny. Let's take luck out of it.
Someone else has said that, and I'm accept that my experience ain't the normal experience.
It's not. Neither is mine. My dad was killed when I was 16. Single parent home. Went to one of the worst high schools in Chicago. And nigga, I'm famous. So I'm not.
What do you tell the people that go, nigga, you famous? How come this nigga couldn't at least get a job?
You know why? Because I had that foundation that you just spoke of, bruh. I had that foundation that you just spoke of.
I understand. I'm an involved father.
That's all I'm saying.
That is there because without your father, children are lost.
And this is what I hate. This is what I hate to hear. I hate to hear I don't know how to be a father because my daddy wasn't there for me. I don't know how to be a daddy because my daddy wasn't. Nigga, whatever the fuck your daddy didn't do, do that shit for your kids.
Right.
Be the daddy you wish you had, not the daddy you had.
Valencia,
be the daddy you wish you had.
I gotta address what Valencia Ivy said. She said, yes, it's not fair to put the weight on the women's shoulders. We struggle hard and heavy. We struggle hard as hell, and very little room to complain or breathe. We too busy trying to provide a stable environment. And I understand that and I get that, Valencia. What I'm saying is a lot of women ask for that. Not you personally. What Jay said, Jay corrected me when he said it's not true to all women. I know it's not a lot of mothers like my mother, my great-grandmother. I was blessed to have my great-grandfather, my uncle, my mother, my grandpa. I had a lot of people in my family.
A foundation.
I had a lot of friends that didn't. I have a lot of friends that didn't, and a lot of them are still fucked up right now. And I had one of my friends tell you a story, a homie named Stino. He keep going in and out of jail. Love him to death. It's my man. Last time he was out, I said, Stino, man, what the fuck you doing? You gotta stay your ass out here, man. You got these kids. I'm watching your kids grow up. That nigga told me some of the realest shit, but it was still some bullshit. He said, man, everybody ain't like you, man. I can't make everybody laugh. I ain't got all the motherfucking gifts and hustles. I got to do what I got to do. And nigga said, my gift is robbing a motherfucker or doing some other shit. I'm good at it. And I said, nigga, you ain't too good. You've been getting locked up since we was teenagers. You good, you be free. You hit that major lick.
That ain't your calling, nigga.
Next motherfucking thing I know, my other boy called me, told me, man, ain't gay still 15, 20 years. Like, what? They had a nigga in the trunk. Oh, my motherfucking God. So, you know, it's some situations you got to look at and you got to understand, I'm not blaming it on all mothers. I would never blame it on all mothers. I'm blaming the situation that a lot of women ask for. That some women have been in a situation where the man has wanted to be in the kid's life, they won't let him. And now,
no, I mean, we know that happens. We know that happens.
Yeah, so I want to address that part of that. I'm talking to those women. I'm not talking to the mothers that this nigga left, this nigga wasn't shit, they made a bad choice. And they still being a mother and taking that role on. I honor y'all. But the other percentage of them women, I'm gonna put it like this: if you got a bitch ass son that ain't doing it, a bum ass son, it's both the parents' fault. It's both the parents' fault. You got to look at it like you can't blame every fucking thing on society. Because in that household, I know some motherfuckers that didn't eat nothing but beans. Some motherfuckers that ate cat food, and now this motherfucker got a nice job, take care of his kids, doing what that other motherfucker do to me. My daddy wasn't there for me, but I'm gonna be here for my motherfucking kid. Some people's excuses to me are just bullshit.
Right. And so, which brings me to the point that for every candidate, okay, so we know where maybe the origin happened, but when I was in the Marine Corps, we were out on some maneuvers in our little military vehicle. We got to a point where the vehicle broke down, miles out in the desert, some shit like that. Somebody said, the problem is the crew chief didn't do the da-da-da. Somebody said, the problem is the mechanic probably da-da-da. The dude who was the captain of our crew said, yeah, I get that. What we going through is somebody else's fault. But the fuck we gonna do right now? We out in the woods stuck. We ain't got time to be worried about what the crew chief didn't do. We ain't got time to be cussing him out, bruh. We got to do something for ourselves right damn now, or decide to live in the wilderness. So I like to agree upon what we can agree on. I start with accountability. Now, where there are a lot of ills, everything starts with self. We have the ability to rationalize and reason and make decisions. Sometimes we make the wrong decisions. I've made a million wrong decisions in my life, knowing before I made them that they were wrong. I actively participated in wrong decision making. And the bullshit that came with it, I just lived with, because I understand that that was my responsibility. Now, if you do some bullshit and you blame it on somebody else, them people ain't there pulling no strings on you, bruh. A lot of people be talking about white man got me out here fucking up. The white man ain't put the 45 in your hand. You see what I'm saying? You done ran up in the stove on your own. Now, you a college student, nigga. Wait 4 more years to see how the shit turn out. A lot of times, we as a people don't think delayed gratification. We are caught up in wanting our shit right now. We want that's why the mothers are leaving the kids at home to go party, because I want to kick it now. That's why the dads is leaving the mothers with the kids, because shit, I ain't got to be hampered with no family. I can't buy J's with a whole bunch of kids and a wife. A lot of the decisions we make that fuck us up are conscious decisions, bruh. And I'm saying not that they aren't rooted in traumas and triggers and all of those things, but at some you know better. You do better. If you know the game is rigged, you have to play different. There is no knowing these people out here to get you and giving them ammunition. We can't do that anymore. You see, my little brother in prison for the second time. When the nigga got out, just like you said, Baldhead, man, you need to stay out, bro. Your daughter out here, big as hell. I'm the one watching her grow up. I'm the one trying to explain to her, well, sanitary napkin is when, it's like,
man,
what I look like, bro.
My man's baby mama asked me one day, she said, she was talking about our whole crew, because we had a whole crew. We used to all steal cars together, but everybody doing something different but this nigga. She asked me one day, she said, I want to ask you something. I've been meaning to ask you. You've been around, you've been, She said, why y'all so loyal to this nigga? And I told her, I said, because of the era we come from, That's how we are. I said, oh, I know that nigga fucked up. I said, I just hate if he was around me for all I got and I'm doing right now. Something jump off. My loyalty gonna make me get the fuck in it. And then I'm gonna be fucked up.
You know, you're gonna be the Michael Vick. You're gonna be the Michael Vick of comedy, nigga.
No. I ain't gonna be going nowhere where them nigga fight no dogs. I'm saying if I'm somewhere standing.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm just using that as a catalyst.
Did you see the Michael Vick 30 for 30?
Of course.
No, I ain't see that. Hold on, my man.
Them niggas tied a rope around this nigga's neck and drug him down with them.
No, yeah.
Literally tied a rope around this nigga's neck and drug him down with them.
And did you see the end? You see his boy?
I never seen it.
His boy was like, I'm just a regular nigga now.
Hey, man, and he say when they property on like Crescent Road or Moonlight Road or something, say some people from the town called and said, whatever y'all doing out there, y'all need to stop. The police are watching y'all and they not like wondering, they investigate. Stop what you're doing right now. And he said, man, we got $21 million. That
was his boy that said that, B. His boy.
I'm gonna tell y'all
and that loyalty didn't extend to nigga, I did it. Mike, you go on and make this money when I get out.
No, yes it did. Yes it did, Kenny. I don't know what part you missed, but it extended.
It was the
both of his boys was willing to take exactly.
Right.
Both of his boys was willing to take the rap.
You're right.
And then he was the prosecutor said, "Oh no, we're not trying to hear. We trying to get this big fish." So fuck what y'all talking about.
Well, hold on for a second, y'all. I'm let everybody know. Everybody that's on here, welcome. I'm glad y'all came in. Got a lot of comments. My girl Tiffany Holloway, CVS in the building. We have to go back to it takes a village to raise a child. Yes, it does. The question that I asked today about what are we going to do? Are we going to have the same energy? Is dedicated to my girl Teresa Griggs. She's the one who came up with it. You got yourself fucked up. It's nobody else's fault. The mistakes that you made. Right about
I agree. I agree.
Do me a favor. And also, we got my band Snoop, Big Snoop in the building. Deshaun Johnson. One person's opinion may not be your reality. Please, everybody on here, do what you're doing right now, but share this live also because I need this podcast to go crazy. I'm trying to get this and build something positive. Also, you see Big Kenny here. You see JD. If you can, go to their Cash App. Their name's on the Cash App. Their name's up under there. Go to their Cash App. Send them a little donation. You know what I'm saying? I can't pay these niggas right now. All of us ain't working. And one motherfucker had told me one day and said some shit while all the comments is on the internet, asking motherfuckers to cash out. Cause we still working. This is entertainment. I'm trying to build something instead of being a comedy show, trying to build something where comedians and all walks of life, people that I know can laugh, can be informed, can be engaged. Thank y'all for commenting. And we're going to keep on pushing and go to the next topic. So, JD, your topics.
This nigga here. This nigga.
I'm so glad that you did not forget
so disrespectful. He's so disrespectful, dude. Like, for no reason, Kenny. No reason. Like, I'm the one called to check on. I'm talking, bro. I'm the one that called him to see how he was doing. I'm the one that prayed for this dude. I'm the one sending his name to my family to put him on the prayer list after I saw him with the oxygen. But then, no, gone. What's my topic?
But he did forget his topic, though.
I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you this.
I'm saying you did. I mean, you right, but you did forget
the time that I
so
needed.
What? I got shit on my mind. I ain't worked since March 1st. Fuck both of y'all.
JD want to go his old selfish ass self and get sick when it's my birthday weekend and don't come to fucking club and left me with a bunch of motherfuckers that
was 3 months ago, nigga. What the fuck that got to do with anything?
And I've been sick ever since then. I almost died because you wasn't there. I caught COVID because you didn't come and host yourself.
Also, I should have caught it with you.
Wow, Jay, you gonna let your man down like who's man giving this man COVID though? Your man,
that's gonna be the main topic of the whole podcast. You know, JD gave Baldhead COVID.
You know, JD gave Baldhead COVID.
The funniest shit was everybody was asking me, "What JD been? What JD?" I said, "I don't know," and I'm joking. I said, "I don't know. Maybe the nigga got COVID because he ain't showing up." And then this nigga that saw it 4 days later, I get the shit. I'm like, God damn, I done
look at God. Look at God.
I done put this shit on my motherfucking self.
Won't he do it?
Won't he do it? Yes, he did.
Patricia tells us, just asked Melody, what's up, baby? She said, I love you guys. Keep up the good work. We're trying to do this shit the best way we can.
Oh, but I'm sorry, B. Let me interject for 1 second. Because I forgot to talk about something Kenny said earlier. When he was saying the kids were on Ritalin and you don't need to put them on that medication. Just go get help. Again, we got to go back to the government slashing all the programs, Kenny, that would have given that child, that young adult, help. They slashed all of the funding for that. Everything, including the medication.
I wasn't saying that they didn't have a place. I was saying that a lot of times
I'm saying they don't.
Mental illness is stigmatized in the Black. Wrong with you? We'll just let you walk around gone and just crack jokes about it. You know, everybody got one. Hey, they go ba.
Right.
Crazy as hell. You know what I'm saying? Crazy man got a bolt in his nose or some shit, and we just be laughing at it. But this dude really chemically imbalanced.
Yeah,
so
but
we need to eliminate that.
There's no place for him to get help. That's what I'm saying. Because the hospitals have been closed. The funding has been
and you see that a lot
allocated to something else. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's like, yes, prayer works, definitely. But at the same time, there's a point to where you need that person to be able to understand how to deal with his and her mental issues, like Lady Red said earlier, with the PTSD that every Black person has dealt with. Because I remember the first time I was ever called a nigger, ever. And B, remember? Well, no, it's still there. That home run in by the park. It's right across the street from the park. We used to do comedy there for the Miller Genuine Draft Comedy Slam. I can't think of the name of the area, but I'm over there with my mom, and she went to get the pizza. So it was hot in the car because we broke. Ain't no air conditioner. I'm standing outside, waiting for my mom to come get the pizza, and this dude, he couldn't have been no more than like 3 years older than me, is riding on the sidewalk, and he said, "Get the fuck out of the way, nigga." And I was like, what the, I'm like a kid. I'm like, what the, I never heard that because I was, from the West Side. So of course I heard, well, nigga, get, nigga, that type of thing. But I've never heard it in a way that was bringing me down per se. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, oh, it was meant to bring me down.
I never had it, and I don't want it because I know I'm gonna freak the fuck out. I don't know. Let me ask you. Hold on, Ken. Let me ask you. Do either one of y'all know what the fuck that clicking sound is?
I thought it was my ceiling fan, so I cut it off and started sweating. It wasn't the ceiling fan.
Shit, I don't know what the fuck it is.
Hold on, let me see something. What is that?
It stopped.
It was you. Always you.
Oh, well, this nigga said
nigga left you out there to get COVID by yourself.
Yeah.
You put the clicking sound in your podcast.
COVID versus comedy, our own community. Those are your two topics. You remember them now? I texted them to you too.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it, B. So when I said COVID versus comedy, I basically meant what is comedy going to look like to us after COVID, right? Well, Kim, you know this better than I because you getting ready to go to the Oak, so you gonna see.
And I performed when they first opened Atlanta up. I performed at the Sweet Lounge. It was show up at the club, the bouncer very aggressively enforcing social distancing. My man, you gonna have to step back. Hey, calm down, bro. It's a pandemic for us all. You see what I'm saying? But they got the X's on the sidewalk. They make you sign the release form. Then they let you in. They make you sign the release. Ain't no more going to the bar. Everybody has to be seated by a hostess or a somebody at the hostess station. Tables are one table, empty table, another table. Everybody, all the tables are minimum 6 feet apart, but in these places they about 9 feet apart. So the audience is max. Our audience, we thought was a big audience, was about 45 people. And that to us was, man, we doing pretty good tonight. But when we got on the mic, the host would do his thing. He'd sit the mic down and spray it with disinfectant. Next person would come and pick it up. I actually bring my own mic covers. I put the mic cover on. I did my set. I took it off. I sat it down. He sprayed it before he picked it up. And that's how we went through the night, bro.
I got a face shield to be on stage with now.
Really?
When I'm off, when I'm not on the stand, I'm in the comedy club, face shield, and I got the mask. When I'm on stage, I take the mask off and just do my shit with the face shield and kind of have it down here.
Now, do you think that
that's how it's gonna look? It's gonna look like this. You gonna be on stage like, yeah, so motherfucker, they
and that's distracting.
And the motherfucker going to, you know what I'm talking about. Ain't nobody on the You did, you know, those how many times am I on the one? And
I'm the nigga in the audience going, what is that?
And they're gonna have to have closed caption monitors in that motherfucker for motherfuckers to do it. COVID, but the thing of it is COVID ain't going no motherfucking well. COVID is
like that's only the first round.
We'll see. And that's the thing.
That's the only time
a lot of people are talking about.
I will be like traveling. For me having it, I had 3 doctors. 3 doctors tell me, man, don't listen to what these motherfuckers say. We don't know if you can get it again. The reason we don't know, this is the first time everybody getting it.
And see, there are things like with the comedy club, like there are things that we haven't approached yet, how it's gonna go. For instance, here, when they would do it, like I said, they spray the microphone thing. We're talking about moving into where this is going to be our normal. I went to the post office yesterday, went to fill out the little address, no pens. What? This is a post office, bro. Where the pens? And damn, this COVID. Okay. So now I got to, you excuse me, ma'am, can I borrow a pen? Nah, this for personal use. I couldn't be mad. I couldn't be mad at it. You know, this COVID, bro. So I had to go home 15 minutes and get a pen. Well, an old lady loaned me her pen. And then we exchanged pens. And then after I gave it back, we did the whole lather up with, you know, in front of each other with the sanitizer thing. And that's just where we at now. It's some stuff we don't even realize how accustomed we are to having it because they ain't, you know what I'm saying?
FYI, Kenny, I don't know what sanitizer you were using, but it doesn't usually lather.
Yeah, nigga was using bath soap.
Yeah,
this old woman hit me with some icy hot.
I don't know.
I was wondering why my hands were smelling minty.
Yeah, I don't know what.
Hit me with some big gas.
Yeah, but it don't lather.
Why my hands was all warm and minty.
Yeah.
My mother hit me with some icy hot, bro.
Yeah, it doesn't lather.
Nate Tillman say real shit on that pen tip. You ain't lying. Hey man, there's so many things that we have not even faced yet or came across. We're understanding about it. There are a number of people that are understanding about it. There's a number of people that ain't. Well, I went to go to what the fuck was that, Ross the other day. And Ross.
That's why you got the t-shirt?
No, this is my t-shirt, motherfucker.
Oh no, I thought you went Ross for less for that t-shirt. I'm listening though.
I will buy me a t-shirt for Ross. I will. I shop on the clearance rack.
Yeah, it looked like it.
Because that t-shirt kind of looked a little irregular.
It looked really Rossy. That's what I'm saying.
Rossy, yes.
Both of y'all go, okay, all right.
It was a Rossy shirt.
Yeah, it was Ross. It was Ross-like, and I don't mean Rick Ross, like Rose.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Even though you looking Rossy,
your shirt
look Ross.
You about to catch a yeast infection in that little ass shirt you got on.
Oh, this is an extra large. I just been working out, nigga.
That's an extra little, nigga. That's an extra little.
This is extra large.
Muscles. This muscles are bulging through.
I bet you can't raise both your hands.
That's all I'm saying, Kenny.
Motherfucker.
Look, somebody said, hey, Jay, you had double pneumonia and lost 30 pounds. And I was like, yeah, man, that was messed up. And they was like, yeah, and Baldhead, didn't he have COVID? I said, but he ain't lose no weight, nigga. Don't worry.
Yeah, yes, I did.
I can't tell.
You ain't
can't
tell. I just told you,
but I can't tell, B.
You can tell Baldhead all the way down to 283.
Nigga, I ain't got no motherfucking 283, nigga. I was 285, nigga. Now I'm 250, nigga. I'm trying to get rid of this 50. Y'all not gonna fuck with
Kitty said with the straight face, no, Baldhead doing good. He only had 283.
Let me say this though.
That nigga go back to my
COVID versus comedy. Let me ask y'all something.
Yeah.
Were y'all are they still doing the no more than 10 people per or no more than like if you got a 500 to open up, you have to have minimum 500 square feet.
Mm-hmm.
But once they open, they limit the occupancy. Now, in 50. Our business,
ours is 50.
Right. So in our business, if you can't put 50 niggas in a seat, you dead. Don't nobody want to book you. So now you're saying we gonna max out at 50 people?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, Kenny.
Look, Kenny, I was asked to do the suite that same week. I was gonna close it, but I have my daughter, so I couldn't do it. But I was looking like, motherfucker gonna call me and know I'm the one that almost died. I don't know if I was ready to jump back on stage. But then I thought about, I could do it. I just got to get a face shield. But is the people gonna come? That's what I was really thinking about.
Well, I tell you what got me about Atlanta. Atlanta is right now a city of the mask and the mask knots.
Yeah.
A great many people here feel like COVID was just a joke the whole goddamn time. And then there's other folks ain't been out their house since late January. So when them people get in a place together, you got the one chick, you got a group of people sitting at a table sharing a hookah in the middle of the cold. Kicking it, twerking, it's going down. Then you got this other dude sitting at his table, lifting his mask to eat his wings. You see what I'm saying? And these people are flashing in public places, and sometimes anxious, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because the masks knots are on some man gone with that bullshit, bro. We trying to have a good time. You know what I mean? And they get real aggressive with it. So it's interesting to have to go out. And one of the things that I've never really been comfortable with, but definitely now, is that meet and greet after a show has been totally eliminated, bro.
Oh,
merchandising after a show, all that's going on.
Go to my website. You can get all the shit I'm selling.
It's all online now.
All of that raw shit. Kenny, I saw a girl I haven't seen, I want to say in 17 years. Beautiful sister. And I'm watching her. She's standing in line to go to the cash station, going to the ATM. And she look at me and I look at her. We both got our mask on. And she like, J Deep. I'm like, oh, what up, Trey? And she started running to me. I'm like, no. You get the Isaac from the Love Boat, bitch. Like, hey, promenade deck.
I don't even want to hit no elbows.
Promenade deck, bitch. That's what you get. Promenade.
I don't even want to hit elbows with motherfuckers, but it's like niggas gonna be one elbow. And I gotta squirt my elbow with this shit, and now it's gonna be ashy than a motherfucker on stage. But
don't squirt your elbow with the stuff that that the lady gave Big Kenny. Don't lather your elbow.
The icy hot, because then you'll have some some flexible ass elbows. Your man Nate Tillman said Mississippi too. Now I went to college in Mississippi. My wife from Mississippi. I got a lot of ties there, and states, especially the rural ones, it's the whole, make America great again thing. I don't know if that's got anything to do with it. They don't believe in masks at all, but they ain't been wearing masks since the beginning. You see what I'm saying? They hadn't been wearing them at all. So it's been real strange at the comedy club, bro.
And what people don't understand about the mask, Kenny, if I got my mask on, I'm protecting you. You got your mask on, you protecting me.
Right.
People don't have the sense of understanding or care or give a fuck about protecting this next person. Because I
Let me ask you this.
My lung doctor asked me, he said, what do you feel about the people that are not wearing masks? I said, I hate them motherfuckers. And I want them to stay the fuck away from me. Because I don't know definitely until after this summer is when it's called flu and pneumonia. It's flu, COVID, and pneumonia season now. I will not know unless another couple motherfuckers that done had it get on the news and say they got it again. That's the only.
Let me ask you about this. In the COVID era, we dealing with COVID right now, but we also dealing with the fight for police brutality to be ended, systemic racism to be ended. How do you feel about all of the people shoulder to shoulder with this pandemic still going on?
They ass gonna die. That's how I feel about them motherfuckers.
I mean, on a serious note, we just, me and my daughter and her best friend and my cousin, we just did a I don't want to call it a food drive, but it was like for everybody that has been affected by COVID, who have either lost their job or the wages aren't what they used to be. And also we were on 54th and that little mini mall, B, 54, 50, with the what's that burger place? With the Checkers.
Yeah, Checkers.
Yeah. Wherever that is, by Garfield.
55th State.
Yeah, we were right there, right? So one thing we didn't allow you to volunteer. Shout out to Rhonda Jones, my girl from Empire that played Cookie assistant. She put it together with a couple of other.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah. So you weren't allowed to go to the car to give anybody anything. They had to pop their trunk or they had to open their back seat. That's what you would ask: back seat or trunk, back seat or trunk. And if they didn't have a mask on, so they were handing out masks, I believe, at the beginning of the gate. And by the time you got to us, we had an assembly line, and everybody had masks on. Some people even had gloves on to give you, your shit. So I think when you march, like Damon's son was, shout out to Damon Williams. His son was brutalized by
I saw that
Chicago police officer, and they had
his son and daughter.
Yeah, and so they
got yoked up.
Yeah, and they had a same chokehold, as a matter of fact, by a black police officer, and so they had a march called "I Have a Son." I believe it was called "I Have a Son" march, and people were, social distancing, and unless you came with them, they were, side to side. So I think we have to continue the fight, whatever way we continue to fight. If it's people doing it on social media, yes, there has to come a time where you have to stop twerking. There has to come a time where wait.
Hold on.
You have to stop twerking.
Let's not get impulsive,
yeah.
Jay.
You gotta stop twerking, and you have to.
Radical to me.
And I've seen it though, but I've seen chicks who was doing the twerk videos or whatever, and they like, hey, pause for the cause. Let me tell y'all that I also have a black son. That I also was racially.
That's how they got their son.
Huh?
Now, but they did eventually twerk again. Did they?
Kenny, fuck your internet connection. How about that?
I'm
the bad guy now.
Did they
I'm the bad guy now because you told me earlier to stay focused. I'm trying to focus on the twerk shit.
No, just your internet. Just your damn internet is the bad guy. This nigga still got AOL.
Yeah, you'll be talking, kid. You'll be like, yeah, so that.
Right, get your Mad Max internet service. Don't remember
right now it's a storm here, bro. Every time I get on
ain't
the
no
internet,
storm. Don't do that, bro. Don't blame it on the storm, cause Baldhead is there too. Ain't no storm. Ain't no storm.
It's a storm.
Baldhead, don't co-sign.
No, I'm saying it's a storm. I ain't saying she was wrong on my internet. But look, this is what I'm trying to tell you though. One thing for sure. Don't nobody want nobody to stop twerking. Twerk for the cause. Just keep twerking. I don't give a fuck about that. Twerking ain't never hurt nobody. Unless you got a box-shaped booty. Then you need to sit your...
How do I get off of this shit? How do I...
Now, I think the box-shaped booty ought to be a whole nother podcast.
How do I delete myself from this bullshit?
Make sure y'all share this live. Make sure y'all go donate to my motherfucking comedian buddies, my brothers. Make sure you hit $ Big Kenny. You know what I'm saying? And $ JD Chicago. It's $ JD Chicago or $ JD Shot.
JD Chicago.
Okay, yeah. Make sure y'all go and hit them with something because I can't pay them. Hell, we ain't getting paid. So we trying to give y'all something so we can do this.
We love what we do, man.
Man,
I love what we do. God blessed us to be able to get paid for it because I was doing it for free just for the love.
So was I, but I'm not doing it no more. But B, get back to your Ross for Less thing. I interrupted and I apologize.
I don't have no Ross for Less motherfucking thing.
You did. You said I was at Ross. You literally said that.
Oh yeah, I was at Ross and they was trying to get they was telling us that that people had to come in with masks on, right? So I got my mask on. It's a lady talking about why I gotta have a mask on. The pandemic, that shit ain't affecting everybody. I said, ma'am, I'm like 4 people had it. I had the COVID. If you got a mask, go in the car and go get it. If you don't, get the fuck out the line.
And you did all of this to go into Ross.
Yeah, man, they got shit in there I wanted. Shit, I wanted to see what they had. They opened up. You ever been in Ross?
I just found out about it through you.
The fuck out of here, man. You been in Ross.
And nigga, I have been in Ross, unfortunately.
Shit, okay.
Right. Ross.
But when I was able to steer clear, goddammit, I at least went to TJ Maxx home outlet.
Ross, TJ Maxx, and all the motherfuckers owned by the same people. It's all a bunch of shit for cheap that you might not want to buy, but then you get it and you keep it in your crib. Motherfucker, like, where you get that from? Ross.
Baldhead don't shop nowhere but Ross and Aldi's. That's it.
Nigga, Aldi's got some good shit, nigga. Don't act like hey, boy, Aldi's clothes that I ain't.
Don't say nothing about the Aldi's.
That's all I'm saying. I said that's the only places he shop. Well, Aldi's is also owned by Trader Joe's. Aldi's is also owned by Trader Joe's. So the same bougie people that's going to Trader Joe's thinking they bougie. You ain't going nothing but Aldi's with the cans not banged up, nigga. That's all you doing.
Tony Massey say that Aldi's got that Lori Lightfoot collection, nigga.
Clothes?
Aldi's got a catalog with clothes in it, nigga.
Y'all have upgraded.
I said, goddamn Aldi's, boy. Woo.
Y'all need to find the audio of Lori Lightfoot telling the alderman from I think he was his district borders back of the woods. I mean back of the yards and that area.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Near Kedzie on the west side. And he was saying something and he told the mayor he wanted the answer and she told him, I think you full of shit. And he told her, fuck you. And I said, Chicago politics like that. This dude telling the mayor, fuck you. And
the mayor told the president, fuck him.
Do you remember Kenny when my girl ran for mayor and called the chick a crackhead, her opponent?
What was her name? I remember that.
Hey, anybody that's logged in here.
Calling girl crackhead.
Yes. Ain't nobody claiming Carol Mosley Brown called her opponent a crackhead. And I believe her opponent was a crackhead or have been recovered. But she called her a crackhead. Wait, she called her a crackhead in the church. on CNN, on a debate on CNN. That's Chicago politics.
And for me, in that moment, everybody was, and I was on some, man, the crib ain't changed that much.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I was like this. I'm voting for her. I'm voting for her. See?
Especially during a debate. Anytime you'll turn to your opponent in the debate and go, oh, crackhead, bitch.
Yeah.
I'm punching your ballot. I'm punching your
that's
ballot.
What I said, am I the only one that was waiting for Maury Povich to come out with that little piece of paper like, Carol Mosley Braun, you are not the mayor.
Yeah.
Hey, but that's Chicago politics, though.
Lori Lightfoot done got us upset a couple of times. And you could tell she finna sit and be like, you bitch ass motherfuckers, keep playing with me if y'all want to. That time when she was telling them kids to go home on 55th in that basketball court, and that little shorty say, man, I'm telling everybody to go home. Why don't y'all make a cure for it? You go ahead on with your little bald head ass. Hey, man, when I tell you I almost died, but I wanted the police. That's what I wanted, police brutality. I want them to beat shorty ass. Because that's what a lot of, why them police ain't like when we was coming up. Police, we was coming up and tell you, man, I'll take you over there and beat the fuck out you. Well, come on. And you would be in the alley boxing with a police officer. Next time you see that motherfucker, both of y'all got respect for each other.
Mm-hmm.
But you ain't got
but Baldhead, that was a generation where the police would actually box with you.
Yes.
They not boxing no more, bro. But see, the thing is, they done got from most of the guys going on the force now ain't from the communities they serve. No, so it used to be the dude that boxed with you. I'm from here too, so I'm nice with this. Hey, so maybe I'm going to show you so you'll respect me next time I see you.
I'm standing,
but now they not like that. They all with the gunplay.
I'm standing with my homie. We on some bullshit on the corner. Motherfucker police ride up and say, man, y'all better get the fuck up off my corner. And he looked at me, he said, I'm going to tell Miss Bates on your ass. Nigga, you know my grandmama? I got the fuck up off the corner. Because they knew motherfuckers. They was familiar with motherfuckers. And you had to respect them. I don't give a fuck what gang you was in, whatever. I wasn't scared of nothing. Nigga, you gonna tell my grandmama? Nigga, I'm gone.
Not my grandmama.
And in all seriousness, to piggyback off what both of y'all are talking about, I think that's another thing, another part of reform that we have to think about is having people from the community police the community. And I think that's one of the biggest issues is we don't have people that are from the community policing our community.
There is nobody who know your grandma.
Right. Ain't nobody who know your grandmama, nobody that you went to school with, nobody, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like the Gestapo is running the Black community, is quote unquote policing. Damon said we need to take the force out of police. You know what I'm saying? It's not supposed to be a police force.
Right.
First and foremost, it's not a police force. And that's what people get into their head, which is why they wearing the battle gear and the helmet and the microphone. These old, what is that game called, B? Tour of Duty face ass nigga. Call of Duty.
And see, a lot of people are talking about defund the police, and they're thinking that that's what they're talking about, is not giving the police any money. But I think what most of them are talking about is eliminating those combat resources.
Combat
you don't need an armored vehicle. You don't need a bomb-resistant vest. We don't come into contact with IEDs in the street. You know what I'm saying? But these are that they have and been given by the government to come into these neighborhoods. And when you don't see the people as people, you're going to be a little more heavy-handed. On the show the other day, the host of the show suggested maybe in these high crime areas, why don't these policemen get what soldiers get in war zones or what other people get with that? You get taken out of the hot zone for a year or two, and you put you on the desk for a minute, let you decompress. Then, we could put you on the street. So every day ain't you going with the frame of mind that today it's kill or be killed. A lot of, we all are who we are today because of our yesterdays. So if every time you roll up in the neighborhood, They letting off at you. They telling you, get your bald head ass out of here. Man, fuck you. You ain't finna make me do nothing. Challenging you to step into the alley and square up. That shit gonna affect you after 15, 16 years of doing that shit. Mm-hmm. So you roll up on the corner. Everybody that don't want to get off the corner get to go to the alley. You feel what I'm saying? Okay, if that's what y'all want to do, well, shit, I didn't know that's where it was going. But a lot of times these dudes be PTSD'd out, bruh. Y'all know this, guys. Y'all know how to.
A lot of times they do, but a lot of times they go in with the mentality. Yes, let's be clear. Let's be all men and be adults in this conversation. So you have that type of individual, and then you have this individual that I'm about to explain. Individual B is the individual that goes into law enforcement, that goes into politics with the mindset of I want to be the change, right? You go into the law enforcement, you go into politics where I want to be the change, but you don't realize that the system is so corrupt that if you are not playing along, let's just say Chicago politics, because we talked about that. Yeah. Right. We talked about that earlier. You go into politics saying, I want to be the change, and I see my neighborhood is going to shit, so I want to be the change, right? But you don't realize that another politician says, oh, so you want basketball nets for your park, you want clean water for your park, you want a swimming pool for your park. If you sign this bill for me that says A, B, C, and D, I'll make sure that your funding gets pushed through, right? Now you say, okay, that makes sense to me. You look out for me, I'm gonna look out for you. Then you want after school programs. Hey, if you sign this for so-and-so, he'll make sure you get your after school program. Before you know it, you have sold your soul, and now there are people around you that you wouldn't normally have kicked it with for profit. The thing that I
sound like comedy, nigga.
The thing that I watched, Kenny, was the thing on Blagojevich. I think it was called Media. It's on Netflix. It's something about trial by media. That's what it is. Right. Trial, and Blagojevich was on there. Now, yeah. And basically they were saying in the story about Blagojevich that there's a certain edge that you are allowed to go to in politics. I forgot what the name of it was, but is basically you go to this edge on certain politics that they allow you to go to. He went over that to say, hey, if y'all ain't gonna give me this money for this Senate seat, fuck you. I'm going to the highest bidder. Right. That's not some shit that you do, and that's what you get caught up in. The same thing is with the police force. All of these stories on corrupt police force would not be true if it was not systematic. You go into there saying, I'm going to be the good police officer. I'm going to be the one that walked the beat. I'm going to be the one that knows Baldhead's grandmother. I'm going to be the one that people know is a good cop. I'm going to be that one. And then another police said, hey, well, we doing this, nigga. And if you don't take this money, I'm going to put this money to the side. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to tell people you taking this money. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't, you're putting your life in danger.
Yeah, you got 3 days to get your mind right.
You know what I'm saying? And you just got in there thinking I'm going to be the change. So it's when we talk about systemic corruption in politics and in law enforcement, that's what it is. It's rotten to the core. And for me to see a black police officer body slamming and choking Damon's son was like, nigga, you?
Where was this at? Was he in Atlanta?
And he was
huge. He was here in Chicago.
Dude. He was a huge dude too.
I did not see.
Yes. Yeah,
I'm talking about with the whole like it was MMA or WWE, bro.
Yeah,
I'm talking about he slammed him, and while he
and
was still standing, put him in the chokehold. Where Damon's son was sort of in a sitting position, where the full weight of his body was being supported by his neck, and dude had him up with the, it was very disheartening.
It was hurtful, especially in these times.
And
like,
we know
to see something like that was like, nigga, you gonna do this now, bro?
With the cameras rolling now, and see that's the stuff.
Let me go.
The things that make people go, "Wow, man, these dudes don't care."
Yes.
Let me go to a couple of these comments. I got one on it. I want to, man, Leonard Straw said, but what are they getting? That politics is as usual as Illinois. Yeah, politics in Illinois the same motherfucker where they gonna be. Tony Massey, some go too far, like the mayor of Detroit, Kwame Kilpatrick. Kwame was my boy, man. Kwame
he out. But at the same time, that's what I was talking about. I was talking about the Kwame effect when you go beyond that line that they say that you can, play in politics.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now,
but if you
one of the things too, again, Kwame, he knew the game was rigged, and he should have played it different. A lot of what he did was negligent.
The same thing with Blagojevich.
Yeah, he got to the point where he felt like he was untouchable.
And Blagojevich, his main problem is that Blagojevich fucked his father-in-law over, who taught him the game.
Y'all look at this motherfucking shit from look like Haitian vibes, and this is from my I don't know if y'all know it. I'm on different platforms. This is streaming on different platforms, and I'm streaming through StreamYard. Blacks for Trump. God bless Trump. He is our Lord and Savior. On Baldhead podcast, everybody opinion matters. However the case may be, fuck them. Oh, so cool. I just let him go. Had to let him get his little say-so on that. Don't matter to me.
Everybody wants to be the different dude for attention.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying?
I hate
everybody want to be the different dude for attention.
It's people that voted Trump in that right now like, man, what the fuck did we do?
Some of them are like that. Some of them are ride or die. It's almost like that skit that Saturday Night Live did with what would make you not vote for I mean, what would make you no. It was all black people, and they were like, what would make you turn against
vote for Obama?
Yeah. And then he was like, well, if you find out he was a murderer, I mean, what did they do to him? If you find out that he stole the money, well, everybody needs some money. Everybody needs money. You know what I'm saying?
And those are his supporters now.
And so that's who Trump's supporters are. No matter he grabbed the pussy, no matter he raped and violated these women, no matter if he
did it all.
No matter what he does, they gonna ride with him to the wheels.
Hey man, let me ask you something. Does any of this remind you of Spike Lee's Bamboozle?
Yeah.
Sometimes it seemed like Trump trying as hard as he can to get fired, but these motherfuckers will come straight to his rescue, bro. Yeah. And he be sitting there like, man, what do I have to do
to get fired?
Out of this position? Trump said a long time ago that if he got to be the motherfucking president, he's gonna do what the fuck he wanted to do. And that motherfucker wasn't even thinking about being the president at the time.
Okay.
And being the president.
And we spent enough time on this nigga. Let's get back to Black Lives Matter.
Well, look, shit, we got I say 10 minutes. We got 10 minutes because I usually try to close down shorter than this, but I had you niggas on there today, and both of y'all are very well versed in a lot of bullshit, smarter than me. I got some smarter than me friends.
Ain't nobody smarter than you. Get the fuck out of here. We all went to Chicago Public School. Get the fuck out of here.
Brilliant. And if you calling me smarter than you, I'm like on Dexter's Laboratory or some shit.
Only thing I might have on y'all better is bagging up cocaine. So I mean, other than that,
Hold up now. Hold up. Allegedly. Did you think I eyeball some
He
shit?
said allegedly.
I eyeball, that ain't no eighth, nigga. You gotta shave. You shave 3 grams off that eighth, nigga.
Oh, boy, you stupid. However the case may be, these topics that we came up with, the whole basis of Baldhead's podcast, is because I want to hear people's opinion, even the people that are chiming in. Make sure y'all go and visit my girl's page. The website is right there. Get your own hand crack. It is some shea butter that is off the chain. Tiona,
very much off the chain. I've used it. It is wonderful. And Baldhead, let me say this, bro.
You say what?
I commend you. Wait, what Jay say?
I said, as have I. I've used it as well.
Yeah, the shit is off the chain.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Go on the website, get some. If you in Chicago, we are from Chicago. Please go check my people out. Go look up Flamin' Restaurant. It is on 75th Street. They have some of the best made-to-order food. So when you get there, you order your food, they're going to make it and it's going to come out. It's not a truck stop. It's a black-owned, black-ran restaurant. Also back open and running. My dog's bar, lounge, Francis Cocktail Lounge. Go check that out. It is also on 75th Street.
And it's owned by my boy Marlon Mitchell, funny comedian.
Marlon Mitchell.
And Francis goes in.
Yeah, he'll be on the next week, and I'll be in Chicago doing the podcast with this crazy motherfucker, and I'm going to pick some more people to be on there also.
Hey, man, and I want to commend you for what you're doing, bro. One of the most adult, manly things I've ever seen a man do was what you just did when you offered that man an opportunity to speak his mind, even though it might be opposed, diametrically opposed to your own thought process. Without any insult, without any shade, you let him speak his piece and let him go. And that, bruh, not everybody's that grown. I don't think I'm personally that grown. So it does me good to see people mature in that way and gives me encouragement that maybe I can be better.
Right. I got you, Ray. DM me your number, Ray. My boy will be on the show.
And in saying that, please don't forget to go to at J Deep is Hilarious. Click on my link and support Ain't Shit Shy About the Shy, Ain't Shit Shy About the Shy. Click on the link at J Deep is Hilarious. Check out the Owl Special. Recommend it to your friends. It's hilarious. And you ain't got to be from Chicago just to watch it. It's still funny and informative. And did I forget to say funny, nigga? Shit.
Hey, bro. And look, I got 2% on my battery, B. I love y'all, is what I want to say first and foremost. I love you.
Love you too.
This has been a wonderful experience. But y'all done already clowned me about my little Wi-Fi connection. So at this point, I'm on 1. I love you. I'll be talking to y'all soon, bro.
All right, boy. Much love, boy. So let me tell y'all something. We do this. I do this every Sunday and every Wednesday. Please go subscribe to my podcast. Go to YouTube. Hit the subscribe button. It's free. Hit the YouTube and subscribe button. It's free. What do you say? J-Deep, I love you. This is Storm. What up, Storm? Talk to Storm. My man Todd. What up? What's up, Todd? Also, my man Leonard said, you have to let a person speak to so that you can understand the battle that you're in. No problem. I don't got no problem with nobody speaking on here. Shout out to my man Tony Massey, the great motherfucking Tappy King of Chicago. Do your thing, boy. Like I said, y'all donate to their cash apps. Y'all seen it. My cash app is $ Baldhead Phillips. I'm here every Wednesday. I'm gonna do a watch party later on, so y'all can check it out. East Side, East St. Louis love. Oh, for sure, for sure. My name is Baldhead Phillips. Y'all can go to my website, Comedian Baldhead Phillips. Look for your Comedy Over Depression t-shirts. Also, the hats that I be wearing, Comedy Over Depression hats, albertray.com, www.albertray.com. Please go on there and do what you got to do to get your hat, get your t-shirt from my website, from my man Albert Ray's website. I'm doing this every Wednesday, every Sunday, 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Pacific. I be forgetting about that shit. I might as well just say in Chicago it's 3 o'clock, and in Atlanta it's 4 o'clock, and on the West Coast it's 2 o'clock. One last comment. Since we talked the black community, let's figure out a way for blacks to get those businesses so that we can own the businesses in our community and every key. I want that to happen, but I think the powers that be might not sell it to us. So we still gonna have to go in with a white face, get them, and then keep that motherfucking shit up. And then black people support it. So the last word I'm gonna tell y'all today is, we had all of this energy for the Floyd George. Keep that energy the same way. And I want y'all to also keep that same energy on this one word: boycott. Boycott. I love y'all, as I always say before signing off. Y'all pray for me. I'll pray for y'all. Make sure y'all hit the cash app. Send whatever donation you want to send. Keep the podcast going and keep my comics coming. Thank y'all very much. Love y'all.